Hey there, this is Brian, one half of the Bald and the Beardiful podcast.
And I'm the other half.
I just wanted to come on real quick and say that our microphones did not pick up the audio the way that we intended it to, so the audio is not quite as crispy as we would like it to be. We definitely learned our lesson. We will make sure we do audio checks prior to starting. So despite the audio snafu, we still hope you enjoy it, and here's the show.
Welcome back to the Bald and the Beardiful, episode 3. Number three. So, we were talking about our intro song. We have some choices. You made a good choice, and I think it's going to come out really good. So what I was trying to tell you was that my live TikTok, my TikTok lives for my DJ sets that we do in our office. We do live DJ sets in our office, and I think I'm going to go twice a month.
Twice a month? Every other Friday?
Yeah, every Friday seems a little excessive.
Every Friday does seem a little excessive.
Yeah, because then you have like people that are working that there's never anybody here. And the one Friday I did last week, there were people
Everybody
here.
was here.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. But
yeah, it was fun. I do enjoy them. I feel like I can throw on headphones and work as long as I don't need to like make a phone call. That definitely makes it a little bit difficult. But
you'd have to go outside.
Yeah, you definitely have to go outside and get a little bit quieter. And, I mean, we're right on the corner of a busy street, so it's kind of hard to even go outside because then it's just like, every single motorcycle wants to drive by the minute you take a phone call outside. This little alleyway that's right behind us, forever. Like I'll take laps when I do phone calls, forever. Like I like to walk. I'm a wanderer. I like to be.
Well, I do too, but I'm a pacer. I don't wander. I just pace back and forth. Back and forth.
That is normally, unless I have a path. Like if because this is I can walk around the building. Like
you get your steps in that way. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I feel like it works out really well.
Yeah,
but I like taking phone calls on the move.
Yeah.
Like taking a phone call while I'm sitting at my desk, wherever. It's a sure way for me to be like, and then start playing on my computer, and then I don't.
And you're not even paying attention.
No. And then I'm like, I think I just agreed to something random.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's going on.
Yep, that is very true. I was trying to find, I know we're going to talk about, whatever we're going to talk about today, but...
I don't think we have a topic picked out, so I feel like we can just talk about whatever.
Yeah, that is true. Well, I was trying to find some fun news stories, but there's really nothing is happening in Florida.
Shocking.
Everything happens in Florida. And I wanted to...
Did you follow that Florida Man account? It's on Instagram. It's called Florida Man.
No.
Because every news article starts with Florida Man,
Florida Man.
jumps off a bridge or whatever. It's called Florida Man. I feel like it's hilarious because it's all of the Florida Man. And I think they have Florida Woman too.
Really?
Yeah. It's good. Are you going to look it up right now while we're trying
to that's what... I mean, why can't we? I mean, we're doing it right now.
We'll do it live.
Yeah, that's everybody else does. Why can't we?
I'm gonna start looking at my text messages. It's fine.
Last episode we finished with candles.
I feel like we ended up talking about like 9 different things in the last 35 seconds because we were excited and rushing.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, I didn't know about the Florida Man thing.
I think that's the account that it's called. Of course, now I can't find the search button on Instagram. Yeah, Florida Man. I do feel like they changed their format just a little bit. It's just memes it says memes and news. I thought it was only news, but I guess they have to evolve like the rest of us.
That is true.
I've never been able to create a meme. I always wanted to be able to create a good meme, but I don't know why. For some reason, that always looks super cheesy when I do it. It looks like I, jumped on Paint in Microsoft and tried to create.
I know, and then you think it's funny, and it only gets like 5 views, and then there's other people that create something that you're like, that's something that I could have done.
I know.
And it's got 300,000 likes. It's like, wow, that's okay.
Right place, right time.
What okay, so speaking of, memes and stuff, so what do you like better, TikTok or Vine?
I don't even know what Vine is.
Really? Vine was kind of like
I know it was that short form video platform, but
that's what it was. It was like a 30-second, video that people did, and it was like before, or obviously it was before TikTok, but
I don't want to sound too old, but it was like
MySpace.
MySpace was awesome. Okay, my top 10 was banging. No, the Vine thing was, I really just, I don't know. I feel like I missed that boat, and by the time I caught onto it, it was gone, and I was just like, oh, what?
Yeah.
Vine? Like, oh, look at these fun little videos. But honestly, I feel like that came around right around TikTok, and
Well,
I tried really hard not to get involved with TikTok for a really long time. Like,
it's kind of weird because I don't remember how long after Vine ended and TikTok started. I don't remember how long in between. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
when did Vine stop and then when did TikTok get created? Because the only thing I remember about TikTok or hearing about it was during the pandemic. That's the only thing I remember. Everybody was getting into TikTok, but
yeah.
Vine
officially shut down on January 17th, 2017.
Oh, well, there you go. When was TikTok created?
When did TikTok come out?
Yeah, exactly.
September 2016. So there was about a year overlap.
Oh, 2018?
2016.
Oh, so Vine was still going on
Vine
while
was still
TikTok
going
was.
on, yeah.
Oh, wow.
But most likely, I feel like I would assume that TikTok gained in popularity and Vine kind of died out
Yeah.
at the same time, and they didn't overstay their welcome.
It's just crazy because there's people that, well, like, we have like all these social media platforms, and when you post, like with us, we have Spotify, Apple Music, Instagram,
Right.
YouTube, TikTok.
Right.
And if Vine was out, we'd probably have snippets of our
Absolutely.
show on Vine, like,
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's just hard, and surprisingly, we don't have Snapchat, but we don't. I guess we don't need Snapchat. That's kind of a.
I still try, like, all of my friends use Snapchat. We've got all of these Snapchat groups that go on, and they will post 1,000 videos and pictures or whatever, and I check Snapchat maybe once a month. And then I'm like looking at stuff. Like, the last time I looked at Snapchat, I was like, I was going through, and my wife always criticizes me because I don't do my friend homework and I don't watch all the videos that they send over. And I was looking at it, I'm like, it was like January or February from the pictures and stuff, and the videos were still from back. She's like, you haven't looked at it in that long, and I'm like, I don't know why. For some reason, I just can't get into Snapchat.
Oh, well,
I just don't know why. Instagram for me, Meta, like I don't love Facebook, but I feel like it's I'd say a necessary evil in our line of work. Like,
well, and the thing is like, since TikTok is the.
fix your color. You look like a savage right now.
Do I look like? Oh, I mean, I look like you.
I know.
In this shirt.
Yeah, you do.
I feel like you have this exact shirt.
I do have that exact shirt.
I mean, in our last episode, we both happened to be wearing navy blue.
You need to put
button
that
down.
hand down and talk with that hand. But I feel like when you talk, you're talking like this, and like you're probably like blocking your own face.
Okay.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie.
That's about it.
That's amore.
What was I saying?
I don't know. I was saying Facebook's a necessary evil in our line of work, and you said something.
Oh, that it's that ironically during our episode 2, we wore navy blue button downs,
Both
which is
navy blue.
just.
Well, you wore a button. I wore a polo.
Oh, was it a polo? I feel like I saw buttons going all the way down, but.
Nope, they only went down to here. I do love a good bowling shirt, though. I have quite a collection of bowling shirts.
Oh, well,
The short sleeve, collared, button downs. Those are my favorite. I call them my vacation shirts because almost all of them have floral prints on them.
you know what I
really like wearing them on vacation.
You know what I think is. Oh, so I know what I was talking about. I was
Okay.
talking about how I did it again. Sorry, I did it again. Oops.
Oops,
Oops, I did it again. No,
Hi, Brittany.
Yes. So I was talking about Vine and TikTok and stuff, right? But if you go on Facebook and you look at Reels on Facebook, it's all from TikTok. And if you look at Instagram,
Well, TikTok has a sharing option for Facebook.
I know
so
you can share on everything,
but you can't share on Instagram because Instagram
thought you
and
could.
TikTok is like
you used to be able to.
Yeah, you used to be able to.
Yeah,
But they
but
compete
the
now.
point I'm trying to make is we're on TikTok doing this, right? Then we're like, for whatever reason, and why we go on Facebook, who knows? Okay, but if you are on Facebook and you happen to be doing
To
this,
contact all the 70 and 80-year-olds on Facebook.
exactly, then you go on Instagram and you're doing the same thing. So it's like, why can't we just pick one app to watch Reels on? Why do we need to watch Reels on all these apps? And then on top of that, Like I catch myself on YouTube Shorts. So maybe this is a question that you guys can comment on this. And why do we have to go on multiple platforms to do this?
Yeah, but everybody's got their preference. I prefer Instagram over everything. So I don't, like, I'm always on Instagram, and that's my favorite platform. I only post to Facebook because Instagram allows me to post to Facebook. If my Instagram feed could also post to TikTok, that would save my life, and I would not have to also post on TikTok and, frankly, YouTube. And I know that there's those aggregate apps out there to do all of them, but
Yeah. But okay.
they also cost money, and I hate spending money on free social media, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but okay, here's another question that I posed, and one of my friends on Facebook was like, so we can connect with people around the world, which we could do that. You know, we could follow our family and friends on anything.
Sure.
Why do we still have Facebook?
Generational. And Facebook creates like billions of dollars of ad revenue for Meta. They're never getting rid of it. Never.
Yeah, that's true.
It'll morph eventually, but I mean,
Do you think Facebook will change? Remember when on Facebook you used to put when it first came out, it was like they had a thing where it said like, how are you feeling or something, how am I feeling today?
oh yeah.
And then you had like a happy face or a sad face or a mad face.
I feel like they still have that. I feel like that's on the web version, like when you're on a browser. Do you remember when you only could access Facebook on a web browser?
Yeah, which was weird.
Yeah,
like
that was-
MySpace. MySpace never made it to where you could go on an app on a phone.
Yeah.
And then, like, I really would. Tom,
phone-
if you watch this one day, Tom, please bring back MySpace. I want my top 8 back.
I'm pretty sure that MySpace is an app that you can download.
Oh, you can.
Yeah.
You should go on there and tell me if it works.
I will.
Yeah, you should.
I'm not going to because I already have
Okay, I'll do
all
it.
of these other ones.
No. I mean, like, MySpace.com is still there. Featured content. Yeah, I mean, you still have your top 8 news, artists of the day. I mean, it's still there. So.
What if I sign in? I'm gonna try and sign in right now. Let me see. But no, I have got 1,000 email addresses, and none of them are what.
Oh
are
yeah,
anything
the email I had with that, I don't even think I mean, it's probably still floating out there, but I probably don't even use it.
Oh, you can even just sign in with your Facebook account.
Oh my gosh.
I wonder if did Facebook buy MySpace? That would not honestly be shocking.
Let's see.
MySpace was acquired by News Corporation in 2005. Oh yeah, Justin Timberlake owned MySpace for a minute, didn't he?
What?
Yeah, Justin Timberlake bought MySpace for a minute.
It doesn't say anything about Justin Timberlake, but
In June 2009,
He doesn't.
10, Specific Media Group and Justin Timberlake jointly purchased the
Yeah.
company.
Yep, nice. Well, there you go.
Anyway, so MySpace is still dead.
It's still dead. And here's the thing about MySpace. MySpace was like, so right around the time that came out with Facebook, dude, I loved the fact that you could customize your MySpace page.
Oh yeah.
You could have whatever background you wanted, and then on top of that, you could have it play music, and then when you would scroll, like everything would scroll and the background would stay. It was it was the best thing ever.
When I was in high school, right? I mean, we went to high school. You graduated 2000?
99.
Oh, 99. Okay, so I graduated in 2000. 99, 2000, somewhere in there. I took like 3 web design classes, and I learned HTML, and that was like all fun. And I had high aspirations to be like a web designer and stuff like that.
And own Facebook.
After high school, right? MySpace came around about
05, somewhere
2007,
around there.
7, 8.
Well, I
6.
remember in 05 I had it. It was like the
Okay.
height of that.
So, like 4 or 5 years after I get out of high school, MySpace comes around, and you could use HTML code to customize
Yeah.
all of your thing, or whatever.
Yeah.
And you had to know all that stuff to do it. So, I was in love with MySpace because I was like, "Oh
was
my
the best
god,
thing
I
ever."
get to use this knowledge that I
Yeah.
actually have that, frankly, not a lot of people had." Like most of my friends took the web design classes because it was an easy A.
Yeah.
Right. You had to type like 7 lines of code. You had to put a picture and put a song on your home built website or whatever, and that was it. I loved doing that stuff. To this day, I still know a lot of HTML coding that I still use on our like websites and stuff to customize a lot of things. So I was so excited about MySpace because I was like, oh my god, this is relevant to like my interests and stuff.
Well, MySpace came out in 03, and from 05 to 2009, it says MySpace was the largest social networking site in the world.
Yeah.
And that was.
I
about
definitely
the time.
didn't get into it until at least 2005.
Yeah. Have you ever tried Liquid Death?
Oh my god, no.
Bro.
I think drinking still water out of a can seems really gross to me. I've tried I've tried their tea. Their tea, I've had.
I was gonna say, like, isn't everything in a can Like, what's the difference between drinking?
For me, it's got to be bubbly out of a can.
It
I don't
is.
know.
This, it says flavored sparkling water.
Oh, you got sparkling water?
This is convicted melon. That's pretty good.
I wouldn't. I don't know. I feel like.
I'd say you could try it, but you're a weirdo and you don't try things from people's.
I absolutely will not try it.
Like, even if you waterfall it, because my spit is right there. Is that what it is? And you're the only.
You freaking me out, bro.
I will. Okay, so I'm gonna bring this up so people know this about you, because you're the only guy. You're the only guy I know that cringes when people chew ice, and I have to say it because I don't know anybody else that does that, or that cringes when other people chew ice around them.
Yeah, I feel like ice is like.
Explain that.
Worse than nails on a chalkboard. I would literally gladly sit in a room full of people, nails on chalkboard. Like, I can visualize.
Ooh, you just gave me the
nails
chills. Like
on chalkboard.
Fork on a plate. Like
Yeah.
that is just. Oh.
No. I mean, I can literally visualize my nails on a chalkboard dragging down. Like, it doesn't even bother me a little bit.
Oh God! You just gave me the chills, dude.
Like, trying to visualize me putting ice in my mouth and.
You don't chew ice either?
No.
Oh, I thought it was only when other people chew ice around you that it
That's why
bothers you.
I can't listen to him, because I can't do it.
Oh, okay. That's even. That's the.
It gives me like nasty. Like, I can't. Ugh.
That's so good.
No. It's really bad. But no, I've not really been. My son absolutely loves Liquid Death. I feel like he makes like 9 of those cans a week, but he works at Walmart, so he can do that.
Oh, well, that's
because he just buys them more there.
This thing says "murder your thirst."
Yeah, there was a thing online for them. Did you ever see the sell your soul for a case?
No.
You literally signed a contract for your soul, and they would mail you a case of that stuff if you signed this piece of paper that said that they got your soul.
What was that be?
I don't know. So you would just sign this piece of paper. It just said like you typed your name in. And it said I will grant my soul to Liquid Death Company. Blah blah blah.
Oh my gosh!
And then you
bro,
would sign
that's
it.
scary.
And to be I'll tell you right now, like I'm not a super religious person, and so I was just like, I'm gonna get a case of water, and I got to the point where I was gonna sign it, and I was like,
never mind.
Should I risk this? Like,
even though it probably means nothing, but it's like, what are you signing? So, like, what's the point of that? Is it a joke? Like, is it an inside thing?
Yeah, I think it's just a joke that they were like, look, you sign this piece of paper saying that we get your soul, we're going to send you a case of our water. And I was like, man, did I really want to, like...
That's a little weird.
Legitly sign a piece of paper for a case of water? Like, it seemed a little iffy to me. And not because I didn't think that they wouldn't send me the case of water. I feel like they really would have. I was really just iffy about whether I wanted to risk my everlasting soul, if that's a thing, on a case of water. You know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking I'm holding out for something a little bit better. Like, I don't know,
it's
$1
a
million.
thing, bro. It's definitely a thing.
That's what the word on the street is. I personally
we won't go into it, but it's definitely a thing.
Okay.
You'll feel it one day. Watch. You're gonna call me and be like, "Oh, dude, you were right." Yeah, because it's definitely a thing. So,
okay.
But it's okay. It doesn't matter. We're not going to talk about it right now.
We can talk about souls. It's fine.
No, because look, dude, I could talk to you about your soul. I could talk to you about, like, you know, spiritual beings being around us and stuff like that. But then you're going to get into, like, religious talk, and I don't want to go there, because then I'm going to talk to you about things that, you know, I don't know, dude. You want me to get into the Bible? Like, I'm not going to go there.
Mm-hmm.
Not for this podcast. I mean, we could do a whole episode on it, but that would be different.
Maybe one day.
That would be different if we had a guest, right? And that was the topic of the day. Sure. That would be different, because then the guest could sit in that chair, and that's actually that would be a good position.
We have to move this plant though, because I don't think they'd be able to.
Yeah,
but it's alright.
But that would be the guest's chair. You know, maybe one day.
Maybe one day. I will agree that maybe one day.
We're open to comments. Oh, and by the way, you know what I would like to hear from people watching this is a suggestion of things to talk about, because I want to know what people's thoughts are.
Mm-mm. Cutting that out. Too soon. When the stars make you drool, just like a pasta fagioli, that's amore.
Resume.
Oh, we started a long time ago.
Oh my god. You're such a jerk. Listen, okay, yes, okay, fine. We won't do that yet. That's great. Okay. If it happens organically, then that's cool. But
Organic is the only way I want to do it.
fair enough. Well, does that happen from time to time? Do people...
Of course.
Oh.
You know what's funny? Hello? You know what's funny? I have... Okay, so I have a couple Facebook friends who I only met from the first podcast that I did. And so I texted them yesterday on Messenger, and I was like, hey, just so you know, doing another podcast.
What did they say?
They're like, let us know the time, date, place. Who do we sign up for? What do we do?
Oh, they want to be guests?
Yeah, they don't want to be guests. They just want to follow.
They just want to follow. Oh, nice. Thank you for being excited.
Somebody's excited. So, yeah, it happens. And
we got some.
It will happen. There will be people. We are going to be consistent. We are going to put out what we want.
I love it. I think it is going to be fantastic.
I think the first 5 episodes are going to be a little bit we're going to be a little bit nervous, a little bit and I think eventually we'll just come in here, we'll sit down, we'll start talking and have a good time, and it'll be a much nicer deal.
What you got for me?
My daughter's graduating next week from high school. And do you understand? Oh, you have
My
a son
daughter's graduating on the 27th. 2 weeks. I'm really excited to go and see her graduate. I'm gonna make so much noise, dude. It's ridiculous.
About one of those loud cups. Have you seen those?
Yes. You showed it to me with where you blow into it. It sounds like a horn.
Yes.
Yeah.
I bought one of those for the graduation, so I'm very excited about that. We also made 11 by 16 prints of her face and put them on sticks and foam board. But also, can we just talk about how expensive a senior is in high school? It has been just
it's
the feeling of just bleeding out, but out of my wallet, because all of the things, right? I mean, you've got varsity, the jackets. What are those things called?
No. You're talking about Letterman's jacket.
Letterman's jacket. Thank you. Yes, Letterman's
those are
jacket.
$800, dude.
Dude, it's so much.
Yeah, you got the rings are
the class
$400.
ring, the cap and gown. I feel like we spent $200 on graduation, the announcements, the little cards we have to mail out to people.
Yeah.
Not to mention the fact that we have to mail out 200 of these things to family and friends, wherever, postage, and then all of the other things that this girl needs to do for the whole entire year.
And then you got prom.
Oh my god.
Prom. Yeah.
Prom dress, prom shoes, prom hair, prom makeup, graduation dress, award ceremonies dress. I feel like we have 6.
How many times is she changing, bro?
Apparently 6 times. We had to buy 6 dresses for this girl for the last 3 weeks. Wow. We have prom, a graduation. We've got a party dress. The graduation party dress. There was an award ceremony at the school. There's an award ceremony for Avid, and then there was one more. There's one more award ceremony, but I don't remember where it was. And I'm just like, you couldn't rewear all of these dresses? I'm like,
no, dude. Really? Listen, here's the thing. As guys, we can rewear the same suit and just change the shirt, right?
I don't even change my shirt. I'll wear the same thing every single day.
No, listen. You could have a gray suit and change the shirt, for a different occasion. Well, yeah. That's cool. What does he say? You need 3 suits?
Yeah, three suits and whatever, and you have 900 outfit combinations.
Yeah.
Which I love that idea.
Yeah, and I'm going to do that. But here's the thing. If you only owned one gray suit or one black suit, whatever it is, you could still change your shirt in a gray suit and have 6 different suits.
Sure.
It's different for girls. They got to change their dresses based on the occasion. Huh?
It's different for girls. There's a whole song about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Kenny Chesney or something. I don't know who wrote that song.
I don't know, but
it was a good song.
That's great. Have you watched The Last of Us yet?
Last of Us.
Season 2? Or at least season 1?
The zombie show, no. I watched season 1. We watched season 1. We watched it. But I don't like watching. I'm a binge watcher. I don't want to wait a week, so we're waiting until it's done. Once it all comes out, then we'll watch the whole entire thing in 2 days.
So maybe that's what we'll talk about.
When? When does the season premiere or season ending come out?
We could still talk about season 1.
All right, I guess we could do that.
So I finished Ted Lasso last night.
Oh, I need to start that too.
Oh, that's right. You're a Schitt's Creek guy.
Schitt's Creek is amazing.
So I got to, like...
Don't even say it.
What?
You stopped watching it?
Yeah, because then I started Ted Lasso at the same time. And I'm sorry to tell you, bro. I don't think one is better than the other.
Yeah, it's like the apples.
But
they're not apples to apples. You can't even compare them.
But Ted Lasso was so good that I was like, okay, I need to see what happens. Even though you got to see what happens, and I feel like in Schitt's Creek, it's not a continuous story like Ted Lasso is. And I don't want to give anything away with Ted Lasso, but with Lasso, it's like a continuous.
I mean, there's definitely overall. There's 5 seasons of Schitt's Creek, and they all have an overall arc, for sure.
Yeah, but I think.
But there's not like I don't think that I don't. Yeah, I see what you mean though.
I think the first season is like
it's not dramatic, so that it's
neither is Ted Lasso. But
yeah, it is. It's
kinda.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like a drama series, right? It's a comedy series. But I think in Schitt's Creek season 1, it's more of a. Like, these are the things these individuals are going through, right. And then I think maybe in season 2 I don't know. But
you haven't even gotten to season 2 yet?
No, that's what I'm trying to tell you. I got so hooked. Dude, I got so hooked on Ted Lasso that now that we're done with season 3, like season 4 is going to come out, hopefully soon. I kind of want to restart Ted Lasso again. That's how much I love that show.
Well, I've heard that.
It's such a good show.
I think because it's soccer related. And I don't really love soccer. I know that's I hear. Dude, I hear it all the time. But also, my wife is like doesn't really love a sports show, and since she's the least interested in soccer than in anything.
Okay, but here's what I got to tell you. Okay.
But also on Apple TV, Stick is coming out on June 4th.
I know, but look, okay,
you have to watch that at the same time. We can talk about that for sure.
Perfect. We'll do an episode review.
We can do that.
Perfect. But I will. So I know we're going to be ending this episode soon, but I want to say this. Breaking Bad, like for example, Breaking Bad was a show about somebody cooking meth.
Yeah. And
the whole show revolved around that.
Yeah.
And then it expanded each character's story and it went those directions, right? But the center was always okay.
Walter White.
Ted Lasso is not a soccer show.
Right.
It's a show about a guy
who got
transplanted. But there's such little soccer because she's got to at least try it, get past the first 3 episodes because there's such little soccer because of the expansion of his story that it's just totally worth it. If you're not a sports person, you're still gonna like the show.
Right. I know. It's on our list, and
you gotta, and it's hilarious.
I feel like we have so much TV because we only watch TV about 4 hours a week. So we only get a few episodes, and like
you gotta stop everything else and watch Ted Lasso.
I'll let her know. John said we're stopping everything else and we're watching Ted Lasso.
You gotta do that because literally, like, okay. So did you watch The Pit? That was a great show too.
I have not watched that, but it's on our list on HBO. It's on Max, I know, but. I was like, oh, creators of ER, and it's an HBO show, and then like all of our friends are.
I believe, and we'd have to look it up. Maybe you can look it up while I tell you. But I believe The Pit was originally supposed to be like a sequel to ER, but the people or the company that owns the rights to ER said no. So Noah Wyle, which is the main actor, created The Pit. Like. They created it to be totally different, but it's such a good show. Yeah, so you gotta watch those shows, and that's where I'm gonna leave it at. And,
okay.
So you let her know, John said.
I will let her know real quick. I was a little bit nervous. I wrote an offer today right before we started doing this, and I forgot to let the lender know that there was owned solar. The solar panels were owned by the seller, and they needed to be transferred to the buyer. And so I was thinking in my head, oh, no big deal. But then after I submitted the offer, I went, oh, crap. I didn't even ask if their debt-to-income ratio was going to support them being able to assume a $17,000 loan on top of buying a house.
Oh, because they have to assume
Yeah,
a loan. Yeah.
but I just got the clearance, and we are good to go. Buyer is able to assume that, and everything is fantastic. So, all right, that was your real estate minute for the Bald and the Beardiful.
Wait. There's another show
Okay.
called Your Friends and Neighbors with John Hamm.
I watched the preview for that, and I was like, hey, that looks really good.
I have not seen it either. Maybe that's one we can discuss because that looks like a
I
really.
thought that one
good
was
show.
coming out in May.
It's already out.
Oh, it is already? Okay.
Yeah, it's out.
Okay, it's on my list for sure.
Okay.
So, all right.
With
That's
that
it
in
for
mind,
episode 3. The Beards do another podcast.
Yes.
And I think that's just going to be
a wrap.
I think that's just going to be the title for the show.
The Beards do another podcast,
Yeah,
or the Beards
recording.
recorder. Oh, yeah.
That'll just be it. One day we'll have an intro. One day we'll have some music, and we'll figure something out.
We're working
on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Once that comes out, actually, that might even be, by the time we put this one out, we might have that in play. So we'll see.
Perhaps.
We might have to cut all of this out.
Maybe I'll have one of those. I was telling you, maybe I'll have one of those voice companies do like the Bald and the Beardiful.
do that. That'd be all right.
And cut.
No.
No? Oh, hold on. Pause.
Uncut.
Take that out.
Uncut.
Take that out. So with that in mind, we'll see you on the 4th one.
Yeah. Also follow us at Bald and the Beardiful on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts.
Yes.
Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok.
Yeah. There you go. I hope
Yes.
you enjoy.
Follow.
Yes. Let us know what you think of the podcast.
Sure. Comments are welcome.
Even the hateful ones. I don't care.
Reviews on Spotify and podcasts are also ridiculously fantastic for us. That helps spread the word and get us out there. So maybe you can help us out with that.
We appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see you on the next one.
See you at number 4.